In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this really fun swing for my backyard. It took a few days and I'm all about quick projects this year. You're going to love this one as it's an easy build with simple tools. Let me show you how I did it. Let's go. My backyard has been like an Amazon jungle for years. We've been in this house for 5 years and I'm just now getting around to cleaning it up. I wanted to get a little fun environment in the backyard going, so I've started with this swing area. You want to grab yourself some forms and some posts, and you're going to want to dig the hole about 1/3 of the length of the post that you're going to put in. Do a little backfill with concrete, and I'm using Saccharine quick setting, so you can just mix in a little bit of concrete and a little bit of water and just keep building it up. You're gonna love this project as it's spring and this is the time to get busy doing backyard renovations or projects. I want to make a bunch of fun little environments in my backyard for my family just to hang out and have fun. And I'm beginning with this swing. I think it's gonna be really cool. I think my teenagers, my wife, and my son, we're just all gonna enjoy it. After a couple of hours, the posts were set and ready to go. I did a little backfill and moved on to the top support. Moving into the shop, I'm gonna cut 2 rabbet joints or half laps, however you wanna look at it, and I did it with a jigsaw. Pretty clean, not too bad, and it's gonna go on the top of this structure. Definitely drill a couple of pilot holes, it'll make it easier. But you can see here how the rabbet joints work. It keeps from having lateral movement and it's just a stronger support. Using a jigsaw, I'm going to cut a little radius on the trellis design, and then I'm going to pre-stain and seal these boards before I put them up. Early on in my journey, I would build structures completely and then stain and seal, but it makes life so much simpler if you just do it ahead of time. Using a level and a brad nailer, I was able to temporarily put these in place where I wanted before I started using lag screws. Once that was done, I moved on to the backside. Just rinse and repeat. And pre-stain and seal. Now we're gonna cut the top designs out. You can see I've got a radius and I've got these half laps cut out. This will just go in like a puzzle piece and I'm gonna put it on another board and just trace it, as the first one I cut out and designed was to act like a template. I cut my template out with the jigsaw. It took a couple of minutes and then I thought, why don't I just go to the bandsaw? But if you don't have a bandsaw, you can totally use a jigsaw. It may take just a smidge longer. No biggie. What do you think of the design? Not too bad. Now, of course, let's pre-stain and pre-seal and move on to the backyard. Taking a hammer, I had to put these in place. Some of them were a bit tight as the wood was already getting some movement because it's outdoors, but they worked out just fine. And then I lag screwed them in from the top. Putting the top on this trellis just ties it in strength-wise. They were completely fine, each piece being half lap jointed in there and lag screwed, but I'm a big fan of just overbuilding, and this also just kind of completed the look. I would say it's more of an embellishment, but it does strengthen it up. I pre-treated the ground. I wanted to get this nice and clean. I put a center post in there, and I used my measuring tape trick to get a perfect radius all the way around. Pretty sweet idea, right? I saw it on TikTok. Let's put in some mulch, rake it around, even it out, and move on. Using 8-inch eye bolts and some Loctite washers, I'm gonna pre-mark my swing and drill the holes all the way through and secure it from the top side. But here's a cool trick. Grab your socket wrench and loop it through the eye bolt. This trick is gonna be so dope, you're gonna totally thank me. If you've used it before, tell me in the comments below. And if you don't like it, also tell me in the comments below. After that step was wrapped up, it was really time to move on to the fun parts. I'm using a nylon rope. This nylon rope is mildew resistant, rot resistant, basically watertight and weatherproof. So I definitely recommend that over traditional rope. I'm using some poplar boards from Home Depot. I drilled some holes and put them on my router table just to put a cool little chamfered edge. See, just like this. I kind of lean toward it for a more modern look, and I'm digging it. This part was tricky. I had to come up with a way to level out the swings and get them even. So using some pavers I had around the house, I stacked it up to the height that I wanted. I put a level on it and completely leveled it out with the mulch underneath the pavers. This technique worked out great. Now using this hardware, this is how I'm going to fasten the rope through these holes. Check this out. This technique is the most efficient for hanging swings or porch swings, and I highly recommend it. Now, although I am using washers and hardware underneath here, it still moves with the rope, allowing water to drain through the swing holes, so it won't catch any water. But I still wanted to add a knot for that embellished look. It kind of completes a swing, you know what I mean? And then I added some sealer and stain to the seat tops. I did all edges, in the holes, everything. I want it watertight. But I did notice a little movement in the post, so I added these short anchor posts into the ground, and now it is foolproof. What do you think? I'm loving this project. It came out really good, but I'll see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed it.